Greetings, everybody. Welcome. My name is Paul Stoddard. I'm a senior lecturer in the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Economics, which we use the acronym ACE to describe. ACE is a department that's very much about the practical use of economics. We think of it as an applied economics department. We have a number of different concentrations in this department, and you see them listed on the left side of your screen in the orange area. And the first 6 of those we would describe as maybe more business-oriented, and the last 3 we might describe as more policy-oriented. One of those, and that I'm involved with, that I'll tell you a little bit about today, is about financial planning. And I want to tell you a little bit, what we're going to get here to today is to teach you a little bit about saving. When you think about personal financial planning, that's the introductory course I teach. That's about learning to manage your own money, to make the decisions that will help you do well financially throughout your own life. Our students come here, they work hard for 4 years, they earn a degree, they get great jobs, and if they learn to manage those great salaries they get right off the bat, they can do really well for their entire financial life and into retirement, not only for themselves, but for their families as well. When to take it a little bit further, some students are in our financial planning concentration, and what we mean by financial planning is learning to help other people manage their money. This is a profession that's growing. There are a lot of great job opportunities out there, and many of our students get really good jobs helping families make decisions about things like buying a house compared to renting or leasing, buying or leasing a car, income taxes, different types of insurance, home, health, life, etc., saving investment for a variety of different purposes as well. What about your money, though? Let's talk about your money a little bit. Think about one way to think about this would be to start at the very beginning is think about where does the money come from. We refer to that as sources, and think about where does your money go, and we refer to those as uses. In terms of typical sources for folks in your age range, sources might be things like money that you've earned. Maybe you babysit, maybe you dog walk, maybe you mow yards, maybe you know a farmer and help bale hay, that kind of thing every now and then. And that would be a source. Other sources might be you might receive money as gift occasionally. Maybe your grandparents give you $20 on your birthday or $30 at Christmas, for example. And then the last source of money for you might be money that you saved in the past that you could take out of savings to use for something. When we think about uses and where does money go, those are the things that we think about a lot. That's the fun part of the money equation, maybe. And so we think about spending, things that you could buy for yourself or for others. We would also think about saving, and that's really important. We want to focus on that from a very early age, can make a big difference in your financial life. And then also some people allocate some of their money to donating to different charities, for example. I give a little bit of money every month to the United States Red Cross, for example, to help other people out. A budget is just a simple plan. It's just a plan for how to do those things, earning, spending, saving, and donating. And the budget needs to not only think about how much, but we also want to think about the timing of that or when we would do that. So in a budget, you might write down when you or how much you think you'll earn, how much you'll spend, how much you'll save, how much you'll donate, and also write down the timing for that. When do you think you'll earn it? When will you spend it? When will you save it? When will you donate it? So I'm going to tell you the secret to get rich. You may not have expected to find that in this really short video, but it's very interesting, and this will work, I tell you. But first, we have to talk about marshmallows. You probably weren't planning to hear anything about marshmallows today on your way to learning how to get rich. But let's go back to a famous experiment about marshmallows. Some researchers at a university in California quite a long time ago wanted to learn how children are able to delay gratification. So they did an experiment which has become really famous. And if you would go to YouTube and type in the Marshmallow Experiment, you'll see some very cute videos about this. They would bring children in that 4.5, 5-year-old range into a room, sit them down in a chair at a table, put a saucer in front of them with a single marshmallow. And then they would tell the child, I'm going to leave you here with this marshmallow. When I come back, if this marshmallow is still here, I'll give you a second marshmallow and you can have both. Or if you want, while I'm gone, you can just eat the one. So the dilemma for the child then is, do I eat this one now or do I wait and have 2 later? This is what psychologists call delayed gratification. Some students and some children were really able to do that. It was not difficult, although some of the videos on YouTube are pretty cute. Some of them smell it, poke it, rub it with their elbow, lay their head down on it, lick it, do everything except actually eat it. But what's interesting about this study is the second part, which is that about 20 or 25 years later, another group of researchers wanted to do that same experiment over again, and that wasn't a problem. But as they were thinking about it, they realized we could go back and find the kids that were done, on whom this experiment was done 20 years ago. We could see how their lives turned out. And what was surprising is that they found out that the students who at age 4 or 5 years old were really good at waiting for the marshmallow, who were able to delay gratification, had consistently done better throughout their lives than the students who had not. They found the students who were able to wait for good, extra good things, so to speak, did better in school and in relationships and in jobs, and even had done better in terms of avoiding getting in trouble at school or in trouble with the law and that kind of thing. So the ability to delay gratification is really important, and saving is a big part of that. So you can think of that money kind of like that marshmallow. If you can leave your money alone, leave it in savings, it'll grow over time and you'll have more later. So when I think about savings and getting rich, the whole idea is just wait for that second marshmallow. Learn to save money, not to spend it all. It's okay to spend a little bit every now and then, but not all of it. So save that money and let it grow. So what do you think? How are we going to save? There are different ways you could do that. Some people use an envelope system. They get their money in cash, and if you're saving for a video game or a bike or a car or college, you put money into those envelopes as you go along. And you could do the same thing with jars, if that's a better way for it. Or you could do it all in a savings account and in your mind keep a list of what you're going to use different things for. But the idea is to feed that pig, feed that piggy bank, put money in, and try and avoid taking money out. How much? So I asked myself, what would Shaq do? To my great surprise, I saw Shaquille O'Neal on a business program one day talking about exactly this, and he asked the interviewer for a piece of paper, and he said, "This paper represents your money." And he said, "First, I'm going to tear it in half, and I want you to save that half, and then you take the other half and cut that in half, and I want you to save half of that. And that other piece, which is of course 1/4 of the total, you can go ahead and spend that." So my challenge to you is to start saving today, and I guarantee you'll be glad later. You'll have more marshmallows and you'll have more money. Thanks for being here today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email address is my first initial and my last name without the A at illinois.edu. Thanks for being here. Have a good day.